Hey guys, so something kind of scary happened today, and I thought that I would come on and kind of give you guys an update and just let you know like this is a very good reason of why we started full timing and doing what our dream was and what we wanted to do. So yesterday, Dan was just kind of saying that he didn't feel very well and he would get lightheaded every now and then. And he was thinking that it was because he didn't eat. So he ate and he was feeling better and everything was going fine. Well, today was a travel day that we needed to go down to Indiana. While we were driving down to Indiana, Dan says, that he was starting to feel really dizzy and he just didn't feel right. And there just was something wrong. And so when we got to our site in Indiana, Dan said, something's wrong. Like I just bent over and I almost passed out. And he said that it really scared him and he just didn't feel right. And he was feeling like that his heart was beating really, really fast. But then he felt like his brain was just feeling like it was being starved of oxygen. And, of course that scares me. So oh gosh. So I was like, okay, we'll go to the hospital and we'll get things looked out. I can barely drive this truck, let alone drive this huge 41-foot fifth wheel. So, and we only booked this campsite for one night. So Dan, was keeping me updated on what the doctors are saying. They're giving him medicine. Apparently, he went into AFib and his heart rate was 140 just resting. And the EKG was just all over the place. And so they gave him some meds and his heart rate's starting to go down and everything's good with that. And then he called and said that the hospital decided to admit him to make sure that his heart rate is good and his meds are all good and his heart is good and it's not going crazy. And do some more tests just to make sure it was just this AFib that he had and everything's going to be good and it's not going to be a reoccurring thing if he left the hospital early. So now I have to figure out, okay, we only had this campsite for one night. The campground has been amazing. The Elkhart, it's called Elkhart Campground, has been amazing. They said, no, stay as long as you possibly need. Everything's good. You do not need to move the site. You're fine. Just stay where you are. Just this whole situation with Dan and his heart and, needing to take him to the ER, it's again, solidifies why we chose to just sell everything and do what our dream was, because every day you don't know what's going to happen. Every day something could happen. And, today's just one of those days, it could have been a lot worse. Something worse could have happened. And, thankfully Dan kind of listened to his body and was saying, okay, there's something wrong. I almost passed out. I'm feeling all of this lightheadedness. I'm feeling all of this funny feelings. And I'm really glad that he was able to verbalize that to me and we could get him to the hospital for the help that he needs. So I'm getting ready. I'm packing up some stuff. I'm going to take Dan, his computer and some food and stuff at the hospital because he hasn't eaten. So I'm going to do that and then we'll say hi to Dan at the hospital. And here's Dan. How's the hospital bed treating you?
So this is my second bed since I've been here. This one's a lot more comfortable.
I brought you a sandwich.
Probably you did.
And some donuts.
And some caramel corn.
And caramel corn.
So I don't know if my doctor will approve, but
probably not.
I'm not asking.
They didn't ask what I brought for you to eat.
Yeah. They didn't ask if I wanted to stay here.
They just said, hey, you're going to stay.
I gotta eat.
Right.
I feel like Colonel Steve Austin could eat his heart out right now. For you older folks, you'll get the reference.
All right, so what's your plans for the night now?
My amazing, beautiful wife brought me some food, so I'm going to eat because I'm starving. My blood pressure's going again. And she brought me my computer and the hard drive so I can edit some videos while I'm here.
Yesterday was a huge, whirlwind of emotional roller coaster. As promised, Alliance showed up at 7 o'clock in the morning to come and take the fifth wheel to their factory so they could get the things fixed that needed to be fixed. When I went to the Alliance factory, you know, Curtis is like, oh, come on in and meet some people in the office. And, you know, I met Bill Martin and I met Jennifer. And Jennifer is just the sweetest lady I've ever met. She's super kind. And when I met her, she even gave me a card that people in the office had signed for Dan. And, you know, it's one of those, what company does that? You know, like they knew that he was in the hospital. And again, this company could have easily said, well, let's just reschedule when it's convenient and not have to worry about it and, you know, all that. But they really went out of their way to help us in our situation. And back to the Dan thing, you know. So hopefully he'll come home today and be able to just have him rest at home and figure it out. The doctors do need him to somehow come back to Indiana to get his heart checked out. And if it's still an AFib after a week or two, then they're going to need to shock it back into place. But being full-time RV now, we're not sure how that's going to happen, because in a couple weeks we're going to be up in like Traverse City or the UP. So not sure how all that's going to happen, but we're going to figure it out and get it done and do what we have to do. So today I'm just kind of waiting to hear back from Dan if he can come home today, and we'll kind of go from there. We're coming in. Hello. Housekeeping. Are you going home today?
I'm going home today.
Oh yeah.
So they changed up my meds. Gotta go pick them up. And I got my flu shot.
Oh, very good.
Second IV out. Yeah.
Did that IV feel better than the other one?
It did. It was much smaller. My vein, it still hurts and it's still hard. I don't think you'll see it on the camera, but yeah, it really hurts. So yeah, so just call my nurse. Oh, there he is.
Oh, there he is. He's coming in.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna do some checkout and then we'll be out in the car.
I'm super happy to be out of the hospital, out of my room, outside, back with my amazing wife. So I am still in AFib, but I'm functioning, so they let me go home. And if in around 2 weeks, if that doesn't work, then they're gonna stop my heart, restart it, and I'll finally be tied with Nikki 6.
That's your lifelong goal.
Yep, it's well overdue. But I'm hoping now not to be tied with Nikki 6. He flatlined twice. I already did it once, so backstory on that one. Nikki, obviously, and Miley crew, love them. Shout out, Nikki. You had a king-size bed to yourself all day yesterday, or all night.
Right.
Are you happy or sad I'm coming home?
I'm happy you're coming home, because I had the king size bed to myself, but it got down in the 30s and I was freezing my butt off, so I needed your body heat.
Now she wants to cuddle.
I was cold.
Well, good. I love you.
I love you.
And for those of you that were wondering, I did finally make it to the Alliance factory. And the best part of that trip was I got to personally thank everyone that had a hand in taking care of Julie and our castle.